Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. I'm going to be doing a commentary on this video. Now please, as a disclaimer, I am not by any means glorifying gang culture. I am also not by any means glorifying violence towards women. I am also not glorifying self-destructive behavior. But I'm just giving my take on this whole situation and, just my opinion about this situation that occurred. And yes, it did happen in Los Angeles. And yeah, so let's begin.
Bro, gone.
Yeah, what you talking about?
You're embarrassing yourself.
I'm embarrassing you, bitch.
You ain't embarrassing
Who is you?
me.
So the first thing to understand, this is the first thing that needs to be understood. And this goes out to my brothers, okay? Dry approaching women is something that you should not do, okay? The reason why I say that is for the simple fact that there's Me Too movements. Women, the modern woman, not all, but the modern woman is basically so far up a pedestal that even if you are like sincere and even if you are trying to build something, which I don't think this guy was, however, even if a guy who had good intentions did come along, she would still probably do the same thing to him. That's the whole thing about this situation. So me personally, I don't dry approach women. Like, it's a waste of time. For me, not to like talk too much about my private life, but I dry approach money, that's my whole thing, because at the end of the day, I'm sorry to say, a woman is not going to give you financial security. A woman is not going to give you your investments. A woman is not going to give you the things that you need, in terms of monetary stuff. Okay. The modern woman, the thing is, the modern woman wants you to, wants to use your resources more than give you resources. So keep this in mind, and so that's why I say you shouldn't dry approach. But let's continue on.
Who is you? Who is you?
Nobody to you.
Okay, so now I want you to understand something. And I'm not justifying what this man is doing by any means. But that man just threw up a gang sign, okay? He just threw up Main Street Mafia Crip. Now, if you are from LA and you know LA, I'm just going to be honest with you. And this is coming from experience. This is someone who's been through, this is coming from someone who's seen it all and done it all, okay? If you understand Los Angeles gang culture, there's an invisible line, okay? You have South Central is vast. Don't get it twisted. South Central LA is vast, but you have an invisible line. You have the west side of South Central, which was brought up at when I first got here. And then you have the east side of South Central. I'm going to tell you something right off bat. East side, South Central people are always, especially gangs, are always extra for the simple fact that they're smaller in number. Okay, so they're gonna be extra just to prove a point. All right, that's just by default. But let's continue on.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Bitch. What the?
So This man right here did not take too kindly to being rejected. Now, granted, we don't see the whole video. We don't know exactly what happened at the beginning. We don't know how these women were, what they said at the beginning of the video. Okay. I'm not justifying what he did. Don't get it twisted. I'm not by any means justifying him going out and then trying to like buck some females. You know what I mean? But hey, that's how savage some of these niggas are. And I'm gonna tell you why they're this like this in a minute.
You touch me cause on Main Street.
See, there you go. There you go. Yeah, he said it. You know what I mean? He said it. He's like, you know, she touched me cause on Main Street. You know, that's what he said.
Oh my God, y'all.
I'm a killer.
Can you please?
Now, him saying that, you know, I'm a killer. I mean, you kind of have to take that as a means of like some niggas just talk. Don't get it twisted. Some niggas just talk. Like, for example, I'm just gonna throw his name out there, Nature Boy. That nigga's not gonna do anything. Again, like it. Honestly, that nigga won't do. It, you know, he'll talk this tough bravado stuff, but I guarantee you, if I ran up on him, which I've tried before, he's not gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? But then other niggas who say they're something, they actually are on that tip, you know, and you can tell. I'm gonna give you a story one time. And that's why I was like, man, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. But one time I went to a function in the east part of South Central. You know, you know, even if I'm from the other side, I still have people over there that I mess with. You know what I mean? But again, I have to be very careful going over there, okay, and messing with them for the simple fact of people know where I'm from. You know what I mean? But I went to a function and I ran into a Main Street nigga, and I already said, you know, I knew by default, I'm like, this nigga's gonna shoot up this function. I already know this nigga's gonna shoot up this function because these Main Street niggas be extra as heck. Luckily, I have protection, but lo and behold, like 20 minutes later, he gets into it with some nigga. And then there you have it. Bam, bam, bam. Shots started ringing out. Niggas were running to their cars. You know, I was like, oh, crap, because I knew this nigga was going to start shooting. And so these niggas by default are extra. I'm not even trying to be a stereotype, but by default, East Side niggas are more extra. Okay, I'm just going to be real with you. They're a lot more extra. But let's continue.
Can you just walk away, please?
Come on, face, snitch.
Okay, so they're laughing at him. I think with them laughing at him, that did something to his rep. You know what I mean? Like that did something to his ego. And I think here's what I was about to say in my previous point. Word about this is going to get back to the hood. I guarantee you that. Okay? And here's the thing. And I'm not justifying self-destruction, but here's where it's like catch-22. If he were to just walk away from this whole episode, right? Homies in the hood would have probably been like, oh man, you cause you let some women disrespect you, cause you let these women like make you look feminine, cause what's up? Like you soft? What's the deal? So I guarantee you now, when you go back to the hood, they're gonna be like, hey, cuz let off on some females, bruh. Like, don't mess with him. He willing to risk it all, you know what I mean, for his rep and for his respect. So as dumb as it sounds, that's just what it is. And that's probably how it's going to be taken. You know what I mean? They're going to look at that nigga like, oh, shoot, don't mess with this nigga. You know, although it is some females, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's right, but they're going to look at that nigga and be like, okay, well, you know, this nigga is going to risk it all. And this nigga is going to be down in case some things do go down. You feel me? But let's continue.
What the fuck is that? Bro, gone.
Yeah, what you talking about?
You're embarrassing yourself.
I'm embarrassing you, bitch.
You ain't embarrassing
Who
me,
is you?
baby. What is wrong with
She
you?
too touch me cause on Main Street.
Oh my God, y'all.
I'm a killer. I'm a killer.
Can you please, can you just walk away, please?
Take him out my face, snitch.
So, you know, that's the whole video. Okay. Now, here's the thing. As I said before, don't approach modern women, okay? Don't dry approach modern women. That's dead, right? It's just not going to work anymore. The modern woman, honestly, the modern woman is really unapproachable when you really look at it and when you really dive into where we're at in terms of relationships and relationship dynamics. They really are unapproachable now. You have to understand something too. Even modern women who are morbidly obese are unapproachable now because they bought into this image of, you know, I'm this, I'm that. You know, my body is this, my body is that. I'm entitled to a 6-foot muscular guy, while me, myself, I look like a sack of potatoes. We've gotten to that point. To be honest with you, like, even like 5 years ago, it was easier. But as the years progress, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So that's why I suggest that you don't approach modern women. You know, I was having a conversation with one of my OGs. You know, he saw me. As a matter of fact, I was on my way to the donut shop. You know what I mean? And sometimes you run into your OGs. And so yeah, we had a deep conversation. And he just said, you know, just stay on top of your bread and stay on top of your physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual well-being. Do not get involved with this extra stuff. And I asked him, okay, what do you mean by extra stuff? He's like, don't go, you know, just leave the old stuff you were involved with alone, and don't waste your time on women who honestly are very, very toxic as of right now. He said, he actually told me this too. He said, get you the quiet girl, get you the one who, you know, may not have all the makeup, all the lip gloss, the extensions and this, that, and the other. Get you that one, settle down, and just continue to program how you've been programming. And I take heed to that because I'm pretty sure just looking how those women look, just looking at those women, you can tell like they're probably they're probably stuck up. You can probably tell that they stuck their nose up at dude. Okay, I'm not saying that they, you know, disrespected him or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that the rest of the video, maybe the rest of the video will come out. I tried to look for it, but I couldn't find it. But I'm pretty sure they were probably like, you know, they were probably very rude to him, and and him being rejected. Now, if I was him though, I would just walk away, and then what will happen is if I have to go back, when I go back to the hood, or when I go to the hood and someone has something to say, if they get word that this happened, or they get wind that this happened, because as you see, cameras see everything. You know, there's cameras everywhere in LA now. But if word of this happened to me, that these women were disrespectful and things like that to me, I wouldn't like try to bust at them. I would just go to the back of the buildings and just fight it out with one of the homies to show them like, yo, like, just because they said that and I walked away don't mean nothing, homie. I'm still with it. You know what I mean? If I was still in the state of mind that I was in before, like, I just calmed myself all the way down. But anyhow, man, that's all I want to say about it. Moral of the story to my bros: don't approach these modern women if you don't want it. It's, in a way, it's just like avoid conflict, avoid stepping in the fire, because if you step in the fire, you're going to get burnt. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section about it. Let me know what y'all think about his actions, you know. Let me know what how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about this? Let's talk about it. But anyhow, Fool is signing out. And shout out, man.